Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back to the Gridiron Gals podcast. I'm Reeta, the NFL chick.
And Happy New Year, everyone. It's me.
What is your name, friend? What is it?
I'm not quite sure today. I think it's Chels, a.k.a. Chelsea. Not quite
Do you have a thinking problem? Do you have a thinking problem?
I have a thinking problem right now. I do.
All right.
Thank you.
Chels is right. Is having a thinking problem at the moment. So that is my bestie / co-host, Chels, aka Chels is right. We are at the week 18 portion of the NFL season. It is the last week of the NFL season. And while there's going to be a lot of people that are sitting their players because they have really nothing to play for, games still got to be played because there's some people that do have to play for something. So the Ravens is one of those teams that don't have to play for much, anything, quite frankly. They have secured the number 1 seed as well as the AFC North division. And my friend Chels, I didn't say this, okay? The topic of discussion today was supposed to be the Ravens or who you thought the 49ers were. And what do you mean by that, my good friend Chels?
They're the best team in football. They're the best team in the National Football League. They are the best team on all sides. They've just put it all together. They have the best record in football. They have the number 1 seed. I mean, they can't do any better than what they have done this season.
Yeah.
They are what everyone was down on their knees for the 49ers for weeks and weeks. The Ravens are that team, including the MVP.
Ooh. And that is somebody who is a Dallas Cowboys fan because I've been seeing a lot of, pushing for Dak, which I don't have a problem with. Dak has played extremely well this year.
Dak has played extremely well. He has played extremely well.
And should be in the MVP conversation. I will absolutely say that Dak. Where should he be, friend?
I said no. He should be in the conversation, but Lamar Jackson is the MVP.
So that's her speaking. That is not me speaking. Even though I got my B shirt on, if you're listening or watching the podcast on YouTube, that is Chels. I am a little reluctant. Listen, I do understand from a record standpoint, they are the best team. I do understand from when you look at the teams that they have beaten down this stretch. They've beaten a Rams team that is hot on fire. They've beaten the 49ers the way that they did. The Jaguars, who at the time were, on top of their division, and then the Miami Dolphins. I have no argument to that. I think my hesitance, Chels, comes from PTSD, okay? Because I saw this a couple years ago in 2019. Now, I'm not going to compare the two teams because they're not the same by any means, okay? But in my experience, every time the Ravens get a first round bye, it doesn't work out for them. In 2006, when they had Steve McNair, they lost to the Indianapolis Colts. Very winnable game, but they did not win. And then we know what happened in 2019 when they were 14-2. The Tennessee Titans just came to M&T Bank Stadium and just did some nasty work to Earl Thomas and them. So I am reluctant to really shine on them. I mean, I'm shining on them in the sense of they deserve the flowers that they've already received. My question is, how does that translate into the playoffs? And I am not quite sure. Now, to your point, yes, look, Vegas still loves the 49ers very much so. They are still the favorites to win the Super Bowl. And I think that they have that because what they believe is the path through the NFC is probably a little less stressful than the path through the AFC. I don't agree with that logic because the Cowboys are the next best team, but then the Rams are playing really, really well that know the 49ers. Philly, their defense stinks, dog. I ain't on Philly this year. But the Lions,
something definitely happened. The Lions,
the Lions are playing well. You got teams in the NFC that I think that the 49ers, they could give the 49ers a fit, considering that you learn what their weaknesses were. So I don't know. I ain't mad about 49ers being a Super Bowl favorite if they advance, because technically it's the NFC opponent that is the Super Bowl favorite. And that's what that is. They are a -2 favorite over the AFC. opponent. So whatever makes y'all feel good inside. I don't care about any of that stuff. I don't care. Like Stephen A. Smith says, I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Okay. At the end of the day, you just gotta if they want to be the best team,
games. You gotta win these games.
The best team, if Vegas wants San Francisco to be the best team, let them. Good for y'all. You did this the last time, and remember what happened the last time you had the Ravens fucked up. Okay, when you fucked around and found out when you had them 6.5 point underdogs. What happened? So good luck to Vegas. Good luck to the San Francisco 49ers. That's all I got to say about that. Nothing else. You have anything to add?
I don't. Hey, I ain't got no emotion tied to it. I just see what I see.
She over here seeing what she's seeing. Now, this is another thing that Chels said that I agree with on this one. I mean, not that I don't agree with you about what you said about the Ravens and 49ers. I'm just not going to be the one to say it. Okay. I don't want to put the bad juju. I don't want to start speaking too soon. I don't want to say nothing. I'm going to just mind my business over here, but I can speak on everybody else. So the other part that we wanted to discuss was the Dallas Cowboys, who are the second best team in the NFC, but overall to me are top 5 team in the NFL right now. The Dallas Cowboys are basically what you thought that the Eagles was going to be. That's what my good girlfriend Chels said. Now, I'm here to back you up on that, but I would like you to tell the people why you said what you said.
I mean, what we saw is that the Cowboys kicked it in gear in the second half of the season, and the Eagles started to shit the bed the second half of the season. And that is not what was predicted. It was predicted that the Eagles was going to push forward, and it was all the Eagles 49ers conversation.
They was going to push their way through? Is that what you're saying?
Push to the end. They was going to push to the end. And we see the bottom starting to fall out. And it's not just, it's coaching. It's scheming. It's everything. Like, it's almost like I'm not even making fun of them anymore. Like, it's not funny. It's just like, hey, what happened to y'all? What happened to y'all? That defense is slow. And I'm sorry, y'all let the Cowboys got beat by the Cardinals in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
That ain't really that shocking. You know, in the beginning of the season, everybody is kind of, right in the first 3, 4, 5 weeks, everybody is kind of whatever. But y'all let them beat you at the end of the season at home. And they have only won 3 games. 3 games. Like, it looked crazy. Meanwhile, Dak has the most touchdowns in the whole league right now. Am I wrong about that?
Nope.
He has, clearly we see 2022 was a fluke with as far as the interceptions, because everybody is, they hung the interceptions on him, and now he's the interception guy, and he's so terrible. We see what situations Dak is in when he's throwing these picks. And it is when you are rushing, it is when you are, trying to do too much and all of that kind of stuff. It's not like a lack of skill. And friend, I know you saw it. When Dak somehow made his way from what I saw was a clear safety to a 94-yard bomb to CeeDee Lamb, even the big rooster Cam Newton had to say, hey, whoa.
Not the big rooster, baby.
The big rooster came out and said, whoa. Okay, Dak, we see you. Like, hey, Jalen fumbled that ball a whole lot of times. He was looking like Alabama Jalen, and I done told y'all he liked to fumble. He loved to fumble. Like, he's turned the ball over, all of that. And I'm not putting it all on him, which I know the Philly fans are putting it all on him. But like, y'all, they got. It's like the whole team got a thinking problem. Everybody, what's everybody doing? And so, yeah. And the Cowboys, and I'm telling y'all, I never thought that the Cowboys would be in a position to win the NFC East. I did not think that. I was going with the wild card this whole time.
Why?
Because even if we won out, after a certain point, even if we won out, we would have to bank on Philly losing because of the
The
head-to-head
teams that
matchups.
you
And
felt
so
like they probably shouldn't lose to.
shouldn't have lost to, right? And
Okay,
so
got it.
so it was the common opponents and all of that kind of stuff. So when they lost to Arizona, that put us over the top because Arizona beat us. So all they needed to do was beat Arizona. They could have beat Arizona, and this would have been, oh no, they couldn't do that. So now I got to stress about us playing the Commanders on Sunday. I thought I was done here. I was just waiting for my little wild card spot. I thought I was done here. But yeah, I mean, and folks want to hate it and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. Y'all know I like the spooky superstitions. Could it be that we put Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor at the right time? Because we saw the ending of that game. Is the curse broken?
I think that Jimmy Johnson being in the Ring of Honor might have changed the tide in terms of what's going on in Dallas, because we know that was long overdue and that should have happened a very, very long time ago. I agree with you. I think, look, Eagles fans they don't got no choice but to agree, whether they like it or not. Their defense stinks. They're in the bottom tier in pass defense. They're in the bottom tier of points allowed. Bradbury is terrible. Everybody's picking on Bradbury because you can. Look, I know that the offense has its own issues. People are upset with Brian Johnson, and I get it, because A.J. Brown, for whatever reason, is not being a part of what it is that they're doing, and he's one of their best players. So I understand the logic, but that defense is terrible because you should not be giving up 35 points to the Arizona Cardinals. I don't even know who was playing that day. Okay, outside of Kyler Murray. No idea. They don't have Zach Ertz anymore. I don't think Marquise Brown was playing because he was at home tweeting. Okay, so I don't know who was out there. I have no idea who was out there playing. All right. So what is going on here? That's the part that I don't understand. Y'all are having a mental breakdown at the very, very wrong time, because now you are in position to lose your division because y'all are losing to teams that you're not supposed to be losing to. So listen, I think that they've lost 4 of their last 5.
Yes.
Nasty business. That's nasty work. Now, I mean, the Ravens had some type of weird thing where they had lost a lot of games down the stretch back in 2012. Anything can happen. We know that this is the NFL and anything can happen. But see, now you're not going to be having a playoff game at home. You got to go on the road and play somebody.
You got to go on the road. And that's what you want the Cowboys to be, on the road, because you know how we are. But now,
right,
if we get the second seed, our first playoff game, and if we win that one, the next one will be at home.
Yep. So
and it's gonna be a hard place because them Cowboys fans showing up. I don't care what's going on, they showing up. The tailgate might start this weekend. Listen, they are already ready down there. So like this was the Eagles division. It was,
yeah,
and I mean
it was for them to lose.
For them to lose, it makes me sick to my stomach, but it was for them to lose, and they did.
Yep. So currently, Dallas has the 2 seed, and Philadelphia has the 5 seed. So if this looks the way that it does at the end of the day, which is San Francisco 1, Dallas 2, Detroit 3, Tampa 4, Philly would be playing Tampa in Tampa. All right, that should be a winnable game. But your next game is either going to be Dallas, more than Dallas, because I'm not picking Green Bay to beat Dallas. I'm not doing that. So your next pick is probably going to be Dallas, maybe even San Francisco again, depending on how this all plays out. Because the last 3 seeds currently are the Rams, who I think can win against their opponent, unfortunately, which is the Detroit Lions. So Dallas is probably going to be who you're going to be playing in the division. Hey man,
they ain't letting no Eagles fans get no tickets, Jack. They gonna have that place locked down. It's gonna be so loud in there. Hey man, and they used to, I think I've talked about this before. They used to talk about how bougie the Cowboy Stadium is. Them days is over, Jack. You got to put your headphones in your ears. Those folks will break your eardrums in that stadium. So
Especially if
good
they're
luck.
gonna be hosting a playoff game. So, you know.
Child, the false starts is coming from everywhere. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. And you know another thing though, Rita, y'all former DC coming in beat y'all like that? Jonathan Gannon?
Ooh. Well, makes sense to me. He knew what he was dealing with. Sounds like a plan to me.
Whew. Okay.
Well, and there is that. Even though he ain't really do a good job, that offense is just his offensive coordinator. Shout out to them. And maybe Jonathan Gannon had something to do with that and saying in terms of preparation, like, all right, these are their weaknesses. This is what they do and don't do, and blah blah blah. But ultimately, that was a crazy loss at home against the Arizona Cardinals, who have essentially nothing to play for. So, like Chels said, the Cowboys are what y'all wanted the Eagles be, or what they were last year. They ain't got the same mojo this year at the moment. So there is that. Speaking of the Cowboys, we know that there was a controversial call in Saturday's game against the Detroit Lions. The Lions had a situation where they added a lineman in. It was they reported eligible, and the wrong person was called, and so the touchdown did not count. And then, obviously that was a whole controversy the whole time. There was a lot of things in that game, Chell. So we do know at this point that I believe the ref's name is Brad Allen. That crew has been nixed from the playoffs, which I tweeted. If you follow me on Twitter, I already said that the most that they're going to get is a slap on the wrist, which is, oh, you can't do the playoffs. Mm-hmm. They're not going to get any consequences. But I think that so what we do know is this. The league is not going to punish anybody without reason, because they will back up their refs all day long. So the fact that they were punished tells you that something happened there. Something was wrong there. Did the Lions get cute? Yes, they did. But did the refs fuck up? Yes, they did. And that's what's happened. And now this is what you're seeing, why that there's a punishment going on here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be very, very honest with you. I had my eyes closed on the first 2-point conversion. So because I'm in shock that my team did not threw the ball on 2nd and 14 instead of running the ball. I am still not okay. What the hell? So I had my eyes closed, but I think what happened is there was an ineligible receiver, but it wasn't who they thought it was. And that is because the Lions had multiple people standing around to report. And so I thought about this. I saw Shannon Sharp say this on First Take. And what he was saying is that multiple people reported, and that's not normal for multiple. I'm sorry, not multiple people reported. Multiple people were standing around. And that kind of was supposed to be to confuse the Cowboys because they wouldn't know. But they announced who's reporting eligible. And that basically they kind of got cute to try to confuse us. And then they got called on it. The thing is that the person that they call as an ineligible receiver wasn't the ineligible receiver, but there was an ineligible receiver. So there were multiple fouls on that. It boils down to bad refereeing. Another thing, and everybody's like now, the Cowboys, who we see Micah Parsons get hung up and chokehold every game, and nobody calls a thing on him. Okay, but now all of a sudden Jerry Jones is paying off the refs. Okay, all right. People say some dumb shit.
Jerry Jones is paying off the refs. If that was the case, he would be paying off. Like, why y'all not calling these, flagrant calls or non-calls on Micah Parsons?
There's another. We would have a Super Bowl if he was paying off the refs. Anyway,
good point. There's another call in that game. Another call where they called tripping on the Dallas offense. It pushes them back to 1st and 25, which obviously that affects them on offense.
Yes.
But then when you look at the replay, it's actually Aiden Hutchinson, the defensive end for Detroit, who's actually the person responsible.
Right. So if we were able to pick up that first down, we run the clock out and the game is over.
Yep.
Maybe the money that Jerry sent through Cash App didn't go through.
Yeah.
Because that was the game right there. Imagine if
maybe the Venmo was down. The Venmo was down.
Imagine if we had lost that game and people went back to that play. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The refs got to do better. They got to get it right.
Yep. There's a problem, and penalizing them by just saying, oh, we're not going to let you ref extra games is not enough. There needs to be fines. There needs to be something. It's become too much. And this is why people don't trust the National Football League. And this is what I'm saying too, Chels. At the end of the day, y'all are playing with people's lives when you allow mistakes to be made and go untouched, because in the world of gambling, where every state is slowly starting to come around and allow legal gambling, people are putting money on the line. Am I suggesting that they should be doing that? No, I'm not saying that people should be putting money and ridiculous amounts of money on football games or any type of games, but that's what people do, whether you like it or not. And there's a lot of people out here who have gambling problems too. And so what's going to happen is somebody going to put their mortgage up and y'all done threw a game and somebody's something's going to happen to one of these refs. I am praying that I'm wrong here. Okay. I don't want anything to happen to anybody, because at the end of the day, this is sports. But when you get in bed with gambling, this is what's going to potentially happen. Do you want to make sure that these people are safe? Because it don't take much to go on Google, find out who the ref crew was, Google that person, find out where they live, do all of these other things, okay? So y'all need to do the right thing and make sure that y'all getting these calls right, because what's going to happen, and I fear that I'm going to be right sooner than later, Chels, is somebody's going to get hurt because they done made the wrong call. Somebody is going to be unhinged because they lost a lot of money, and they're going to hurt somebody. And that's going to be a nasty day.
I really hope that doesn't happen. But that is when you got, especially the way they're promoting gambling and things like that now,
exactly.
It is not unlikely. And my thing is, you have multiple referees out there for a reason. Like a tripping, you saw when the person who's the backup person, who's the person that sees it after that? Like, that was egregious. And then for the team that like, if the Cowboys had lost and then they said, oh, we called the wrong tripping on it, you don't give us the game back.
Right. Can't do nothing about it. Got to do something, because it's getting out of hand.
They need a full-time employee.
It is getting out of hand. Another thing, not even a person, I'm sick of his ass, he a thing now, is getting out of hand, is Aaron Rodgers. I'm fucking tired of Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know if you know this, if you are not in the world of social media, but Pat McAfee, we know, has Aaron Rodgers on once a week. And Aaron Rodgers went on Pat McAfee's show and alluded to the fact that he can't wait for the Epstein list to come out, because he can't wait for Jimmy Kimmel to be on there. I'm paraphrasing here. This is not the exact words, but he definitely alluded that Jimmy Kimmel was on the list. Jimmy Kimmel then goes on Twitter and has the rant of his life. I'm going to try to find this tweet because it was my favorite thing. But my favorite thing is like how he put 2 A's in the asshole to go with Aaron Rodgers, because it's 2 A's in Rodgers. But Jimmy Kimmel then responds to what he saw, and he's like, basically, don't play with me. Okay, because that's how people get fucking sued. Okay, so he goes online and makes the comment that he does, which for whatever, I don't know if he deleted this, because I can't find it anymore. I think he did delete it, but he said, "Dear asshole," with 2 A's. For the record,
Love it.
I've not met, flown, or visited or had any contact whatsoever with Epstein, nor will you find my name on any other list than the clearly phony nonsense, than the brain wreck. I'm trying to find the rest of it, Frank, because I think he deleted his tweet. I think he deleted it.
Yeah, I
And
know he
so
called him soft brained,
he called him a
but
soft brain.
yeah. And the big part is he said, "You are putting my family in danger," because
Yep.
what people like Aaron Rodgers, those people who go down those QAnon and go down the rabbit hole type people, they hear one little thing and they take off with it, and so nobody
Yep.
will hear that Jimmy Kimmel's name is not on the list. And the thing about this list is, it's not a list of people who have done wrong. They could have just been at the same party as him. That could be anybody. That's why it's so dangerous that this list is even coming out. I know people want to be nosy, but like, people are going to misuse this information. People like Aaron Rodgers, and Jimmy Kimmel has a family. And his family can be in danger because them right wing think everybody is a pedophile. Unless they are other right wing people, they don't believe that they're pedophiles. But that, and it is a very, very dangerous thing. And Aaron Rodgers is reckless as hell. Like, I think he just randomly just said Jimmy Kimmel because Jimmy Kimmel be on his neck. But like, you can't play with people like that when a situation like this. And he needs to be punched in his mouth. That's what he needs.
The list came out, and Jimmy Kimmel's not on it. Okay,
not even been to the parties.
Bob Iger has a decision that he needs to make. If you don't know who Bob Iger is, he is the owner or founder, whatever, CEO, business, whatever. He's the top dog at Disney, who owns ESPN. Okay, yes. Bob Iger got a decision to make, because this could potentially cost that company some money. Because if Jimmy Kimmel wants to, he can absolutely go to court and file a defamation lawsuit against ESPN, against Aaron Rodgers, against Pat McAfee, if he wants to. Now, I don't know where this is going to go. If I'm Jimmy Kimmel, I'm absolutely spending the fucking money for it. Because what you're not going to do is play in my fucking face. That's what you're not going to do.
The only thing I would wonder is Jimmy Kimmel on ABC? Because that would be the same company.
Hey.
I mean,
maybe you can retire with the money. Maybe you can retire. Maybe you can retire at ABC and go to TNT or TBS and do just like what was our guy name? Connor. What was the other late night dude name?
Yeah. I forget. Damn it.
You know who I'm talking about.
I'm getting ready to call him Coco, because that's what they call him. That's his nickname.
Yes, he left major Conan O'Brien. So when Conan O'Brien left, he ended up doing a night show on TBS. Guess what? If I'm Jimmy Kimmel, I'm suing y'all for every motherfucking thing. And I don't give a fuck if I'm on ABC. ABC gonna be AB Jimmy. That's what it's gonna be. Okay, AB Jimmy, and then I'm going to TBS and taking my talents over there, like my main man did. I'm rich. I ain't got nothing to fucking worry about.
Ain't got nothing to prove. The thing about it is, Aaron Rodgers is unpredictable. His thought processes are unstable and not concise, not well thought out. He don't read nothing. He don't do nothing but dip down into conspiracy theories and tell big lies. Okay, he's too unpredictable for you to have him on a live show. So you either record him and edit, or you say, hey, we're going to take a little break from having you on this show every 2 hours. I mean, every Tuesday. And I think that's a decision that they need to make. I know that Pat McAfee's show grew a great deal because of Aaron Rodgers coming on their weekly, but Pat McAfee doesn't need Aaron Rodgers anymore.
Find somebody else to come on. Pay somebody else to come on now, because now it's getting too far. It's gone too far. And I ain't trying to get caught up in the bullshit because you want to be out here spewing conspiracy theories. I'm not doing it.
No, it's not. And he's not bringing anything fruitful to the conversation. What are y'all been talking about?
He ain't talking about.
He ain't doing a line about coming back. It's not beneficial. Find someone else. There are many more people they need to have something to talk about.
Completely
and that's
agree.
That's something that Pat McAfee could do immediately.
Absolutely. So we are sick of Aaron Rodgers on this fucking podcast. If we could just permanently put Aaron Rodgers in the volcano and put the lid on it, because we want him to just melt down to the crisp in there. We are sick of him, and he needs to shut up. And don't shut up. That's fine. But enough people gonna get tired of your shit, and you gonna get sued, and that's what's gonna happen sooner rather than later. Antonio Pierce, who we know is the interim coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, has done a really good job with the Raiders since he has become the interim head coach, to the point where Raiders players are starting to speak out and basically account for him and say, we want him to take the interim tag off and be the permanent head coach. Do you think that Mark Davis, because we know that Al Davis probably would have took the interim off and let him be the coach, but Mark Davis is in a different place now. He's above, he's 6 feet under. Does Mark Davis, who doesn't appear to be as smart as Al Davis, do the right thing here? You side, so I don't know. I don't like that. I don't
have a lot of confidence, but I think that the players coming out in full support of Antonio Pierce made it very hard for Mark Davis, because how are you going to explain that your team started playing better? You got the locker room is all gelled together. You got players on all sides of the ball speaking up, saying how this man is the embodiment of the Raiders culture. He brings the spirit back to it. He brings all of the swag and everything back to it. How can you listen to that and say, I got somebody else? So I think that made it very hard. And I'm wondering if they felt they needed to do that because they weren't getting a good vibe from him. Mark Davis is a giant idiot, but he has done some things. He likes to win. And he wants to bring these teams. He wants to own these teams, and he wants all his teams to win. So you got to give him that, even though he got that terrible ass haircut. But I think that his hand is going to be pushed, and I think that he probably is looking real glossy-eyed at Jim Harbaugh, but he gonna have to let that ride, or you're gonna lose your locker room.
I agree,
and that will be really, really sad.
I completely agree with you. I mean, look, things that have needed the changes that needed to be made for them to at least be competitive, he's done. He benched Jimmy Garoppolo, who got paid a lot of money in the offseason. Obviously wasn't worth it. Aiden O'Connell ain't no better, but look, Jimmy G wasn't doing too good either. So They was just like, look, at least I'm gonna give it to somebody who's gonna at least put up a fight. Got rid of Marcus Peters because he didn't want to be there. Look, he's doing the things that need to be done. He's making the hard decisions. He's from Southern California. He grew up a Raiders fan, because we know that at one point the Raiders were in Los Angeles. So he embodies the Raider way. I don't know what other person, and we know that he is a smart, he was a smart football player. So I'm sure that can translate to him being a smart coach. And look, you got Max Crosby, one of the best pass rushers that's out here. One of the funniest too, because he kept calling Gardner Minshew little ass boy, and Gardner Minshew was in his feelings about it. He said, "Why you keep calling me little ass boy?
Leave me alone."
He said, "He picking on me." Damn, stop bullying me. Why you keep calling me little ass boy? Somebody had to explain to him, like, I mean, that's just how he is. He say that about everybody. He like, but damn, why me though? Shut your ass up.
My feelings hurt.
So anyway, look, he got guys that probably, align with him in terms of how they play, how they talk. So I think that he should absolutely be the head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders.
I think so too. Mark, you got to
do the right thing, Mark.
You're not going to get a decent haircut. At least choose the right coach. I know they got another barber. You sit there and say, yeah, just line me up right here. Make sure my bangs hit the middle of my forehead.
Do you think that when he goes to the barber, they just slap a big ass salad bowl on his head and cut around
it? Exactly what they do. Put that bowl on top and cut around it.
I can't.
Exactly what they do.
All right, y'all. It is week
Blunt
18.
bowl cut.
What is it?
He got a blunt bowl cut.
A blunt bowl cut. Do you think that they have that on a number at the barbershop he goes to?
Hey, I almost told you to go to hell just then. Shut your mouth up. Oh my God. The visual of the little haircut thing. Number 8, please. Yes.
You think that no, his number got to be way low, dog. His number got to be way.
It gotta be
down
number 50, number 23. Yes, and don't worry, I brought my own bowl.
Exactly. I was gonna say number 18, and this is the bowl that I would like you to use to put on my head for the accuracy. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay, all right, let's move along here, Frank. It is week 18. We got some Saturday games and some Sunday games. So by the time you hear this, we will have predicted all of the games. Now, just remember, we don't do any of this for betting purposes. Please do not put your money on our picks. We are here for the vibes. We are not here for your parlays because it will be fucked up. Thank you very much. Saturday, Steelers at Ravens. Pretty much half the fucking team ain't playing.
Okay. Well,
of the Ravens. Steelers are still trying to get the playoffs. But Pro Bowl Tyler Huntley's playing.
Oh, hey, I'm going to pick the Steelers, though, because they need it.
They do need it a little bit more. I'm picking the upset because right now Steelers are 3-point favorites, as they should be, because the Ravens aren't playing a lot of their starters. But I think the backups understand what's at stake, and they ain't gonna let it happen. I'm picking the Ravens.
That would be so messy.
Texans at Colts. This is a very interesting one because, as we know, the AFC South is all 3 teams are at 9-7. That includes the Texans and the Colts. The Jags, I believe, play the Titans. We'll get to that later. But who you got here? It is a pick'em, basically, because they got Texans as 1-point favorites. So it's a pick'em at this point. Who do you have?
Where are they playing?
In Indianapolis.
Ooh. I'm going to give it to the Colts.
I'm going to give it to CJ, dog. I think CJ finds a way. I
want CJ to find a way. I want CJ to find a way.
I think CJ going to find a way, dog.
Okay.
I got Browns and Bengals. I think Browns are sitting some guys, too, because their playoff spot is solidified as well. They are the 5 seed. Bengals currently are 8-8. But, again, Browns are not playing a lot of guys. So who you got?
And the Bengals are out of it, right?
That's correct.
They eliminated. Oh. I mean, I go with the Bengals. I mean, what? I guess they want to finish strong.
Yeah, sounds like it to me. If they'll be 9-8 if they finish and win this game on Sunday, which means every team in the AFC North will be 500 or better. That's crazy. 500
or better. But I mean, 9-8 having lost your starting quarterback ain't nothing to sneeze at, you know.
No, that's very, very true. You know, so there's that. Vikings at Lions. I think the Lions are not playing Jared Goff either.
Okay, because they're done with what they're doing. I don't even know who their backup is. The Vikings are still trying to get in.
I think so. I think that they're still trying to get in.
So maybe the Lions will do them a favor. I'll pick the Vikings.
All right. I'm not. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Lions. I'm not doing that. Jaguars, again, another 9-17 playing against the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. You think that Trevor Lawrence could find a way to squeak one out? I think if he wins, they win the division, I believe.
If he wins, they win the division. And the Titans need to win to get in, or are they eliminated already?
No, they are 5-11. They are out.
Oh, child, I didn't know their record was that bad.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't got nothing to do but spoil it, huh?
Basically, they're the spoilers. So what you think?
Well, wait a minute. Will Levis is not playing either because he's hurt.
Ryan Tannehill came back in last week and actually played.
Go ahead, Bob. I'm picking Trevor Lawrence. I swear to God, I ain't know the Titans record.
I'm going to pick the Titans. I'm going to pick the Titans to have the upset special. Somebody got to upset somebody. I'm picking the Titans to upset them Jaguars.
Okay.
Jets 6-10. Patriots 4-12. Is this a 2B game of the week, friend?
It most certainly is. Nobody's playing for anything. Sit everybody. I'm just going. I'll go with the Patriots. The Patriots only got 2 wins. Did you say 2?
4-12, friend. 4-12.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I don't give a shit who fucking wins. I honestly don't care. Yeah. Patriots to send Bill Belichick on his way on a high note, I guess. Falcons at Saints. I think the Saints are still trying to find a way to get in, by the way.
I'm going to go ahead and pick the Saints.
Okay, because I don't think that they're eliminated. I am also going to pick the New Orleans Saints because they have something on the line here. So Saints it is. Bucks, who I believe I don't think they already won the division because they're also 8-8. So I think depending on how this goes, depends on who wins. But the Bucks currently are the division leaders, playing the Panthers in Charlotte.
I mean, they're going to beat the Panthers. The Panthers are a terrible team.
They are a terrible team, and their owner is fucking hilarious, dog. Just throwing drinks at people. The patron, but whoever got that drink thrown on them better than me, because let me tell you something. I'd have been like, my eyes, I'm blind, and I'm suing every fucking body. You getting sued. So, Chad, because I'm getting all types of lawsuits. You gonna pay me? You gonna pay my mama? I need, the physical damage, the emotional damage. You gonna have to pay for it all if you throwing drinks at me, brother. And then you're gonna try to say because I'm emotional. Who gives a shit? I'm emotional too. I ain't throwing drinks at your ass.
Exactly. And listen, I wouldn't move a muscle from there. You throw a drink, you're a billionaire, you throw a drink at me, I'm gonna lay across everybody on the aisle. They're gonna have to come and get the helicopter to come medevac me out of there because I'm not moving. Come and get the helicopter. I can't breathe, I can't talk, I can't see nothing. You throw that drink.
Not doing it. Sorry, not gonna work over here. All right, so that we're moving on from that. The Bears. My guy Justin Fields said they're going to be loud out there because they don't be having nothing else to do in Green Bay. Well, he didn't lie, but the Packers fans was upset, baby. It might be his last game as a Bear. We don't know how this is going to go against the Packers, who are still trying to solidify a playoff spot.
Yeah, this is the Packers game. This is the Packers game.
I'm picking the Bears. The upset. I'm picking
go ahead, girl.
I'm going to pick the Bears. Why not? Because this Justin Fields' potential last game as a Chicago Bear, he might light some shit up.
He might stunt.
And so I'm here for the stunting, honey. Broncos at Raiders. I
hope the Raiders beat the shit out of them.
Me too. I think Jarrett Stidham is starting again.
I hope they beat the shit out of them.
I do too. I hope you win by 50 points because fuck the Denver Broncos. Fuck them. Eagles at Giants. Now, I don't know what little hope that they have, but they got to hope that Dallas loses to Washington. So they got to play the Giants. But Tyrod is back there. So what you think?
I'm picking the Giants.
Oh!
Hey, I picked the Eagles last week to beat the Cardinals, and they made me look dumb. Okay,
they made everybody look dumb, not just you.
I know. I'm picking the Giants.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Eagles.
Love to do some shit like this.
I'm picking the Eagles, but barely. These motherfuckers barely gonna win. Watch, just watch, because the morale is low in Philadelphia.
Yeah, morale is definitely
so. Morale is low. Seahawks at Cardinals. I think Seahawks are still trying to fight for a playoff spot.
And the Cardinals have nothing to do but ruin it for everybody, huh? I think that I think that what they did last week was a one-off. I think that Seahawks will take care of it this week.
I'm with you on that. I think that the Seahawks find a way to win as well. Chiefs at Chargers. Chiefs already won the AFC West. They are currently the number 3 seed, in the
3 seed. Okay.
They're the number 3 seed in the AFC. They have nothing to play for.
Okay. Oh, so that means Pat might not be playing.
I gotta assume Mahomes is not playing.
Oh, okay. Still picking the Chiefs.
I don't even know who the fuck the quarterback is. I don't know who the fuck the quarterback is at the Chargers. I don't know who's taking Justin Herbert's place. No idea.
Don't matter.
Don't matter. Picking the Chiefs. Rams at 49ers. I don't think anybody's playing. Brock Purdy's not playing. Matthew Stafford's not playing. So you're gonna have Sam Darnold out there doing some things, I guess.
Okay. Pick the Rams. I don't know. It's hard this week. It's just like, yeah, who got something to play for? Both of them. Neither one of them do. So
neither one of them do. No. I'm going to go ahead and pick the 49ers because I'm just picking the 49ers here. I don't know who the backup is for the Rams. So I do at least know who the backup is for the 49ers. I'm picking the 49ers. Cowboys at Commanders. Cowboys are 13-point favorites. We know that Chels does not pick against our Cowboys, and nor does she have to here. We're just going to go ahead and move along because we know what's going to happen there. Now, everybody will sit here and tell you, a year ago, that was a year ago. Please leave us alone. This is not the same situation at all. And the Cowboys are probably going to play because they want to make sure that they solidify their.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We need home field. They better bring everybody. Bring everybody out there.
So I do not foresee them sitting people because technically they still have to play because they are still tied with Philadelphia. And if you lose and Philadelphia wins, they get the division. So I'm not picking the Commanders because they stink. And this is the one, honey. The Sunday night game, 8:00. This is the one. Everything on the line here. The Buffalo Bills, who are fighting for a playoff spot. If they win the division. If they lose, they need the Steelers to have lost in order to get in the playoffs. So this is a must-win.
Pendulum swing. Like, damn.
This is a must-win for Buffalo. They are going to Miami to play the Dolphins. What we got going on here?
Tyreek Hill is still injured, right?
He's played, though. He played last week. You talking about Jalen Waddle?
His house burning down with a boot on his leg this week.
Well, yes, because he's been dealing with an injury. But Jalen Waddle was out because he has a high ankle sprain, and I gotta assume that he's not going to play again this week.
Yeah. And what do the I'm gonna pick the Bills. I don't have a reason why. I'm just gonna pick them.
I mean, Josh Allen has played very, very well this year, so I can understand why he's always going to be the difference, I think, and for many people.
Absolutely.
I don't know why, but I'm picking the Dolphins. I don't know why. Don't ask me.
You like chaos. You are an agent of chaos.
I'm an agent of chaos. I would like to see the Dolphins get it, and I would like to see the Bills try to fight their way to get into the playoffs. So that is going to be our Week 18 picks for this NFL season, and our very last regular season picks for the NFL season. And of course, you know that it is time to book your next winter getaway with our sponsor, Expedia. Package your flight and hotel to start saving big. Plus, don't forget to sign up because members earn up to 10 times more key cash on flights and booking a package. Start by saving and clicking the link in the description and book your next trip with our Expedia promo link. So if you are trying to get to the Super Bowl, make sure you click that link. We can hopefully help you get some one key cash out here and get some money back so you can use it to other trips. Or if you're just going somewhere, make sure you use the Gridiron Gals Expedia link. All right. College football, Chels. We had a doozy this weekend. We had really two really good games, I thought. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, friend. I did fall asleep on the first one, but that's because I had ate a lot of black eyed peas and collard greens. It wasn't because I was bored. It was because I was stuffed. Okay, so I
Well, since
missed.
we confessing, I fell asleep at the end of the last one.
Oh, that one was a doozy. So what we'll do is we'll let Chels tell the story of the Alabama-Michigan game, and then I'm gonna tell you the story of the Washington game, because I caught that game since I had took a nice little
Yeah,
nap
yeah.
in the first one.
I took a Benadryl because I've been just fighting this thing, and that Benadryl took hold of me around the third. I was waking up periodically at the end of the Texas Washington. I think I made it a halftime, and then between halftime and end of the game, I was just in and out, in and out, in and out. But I was awake and cognizant for that mess that happened. Well, no, let me not say mess. I'm saying mess as a fan. That was a really, really good game. And that game and the game after showed you why the college football playoff committee picked the way they picked. There could not have been any other mix of teams other than possibly Georgia that would have made it that competitive and that good. And so that was Michigan was an excellent matchup for Bama. Bama was an excellent matchup for Michigan. Bama had some issues that I really think changed the game. The snapper who is now gone into the transfer
portal. That center was terrible. Now look, I saw that.
Now that said, I have not seen. I mean, look, I don't think I have ever seen that many bad snaps, low snaps, high snaps for the in so many in rapid succession, and that's why I kept tweeting out, "Find that boy's FanDuel account. What's going on here?" And then and Michigan is boosters. Oh, that's true too. But Michigan is not a team that you can play mistake football with. And just like Alabama isn't. But Alabama made more mistakes. We could not get that game. We couldn't get the run going at all. They were scheming the shit out of us. They was red tape. Jim Harbaugh said he going out on top. And so it was a really good game. It went into overtime. Once it went into overtime, we had not been playing well enough for me to feel the offense had not been playing enough because the defense was playing very well, but the offense was not playing enough for me to feel like we could score that touchdown. That's why, and they knew it too. That's why they wanted the ball first, because they already knew. I already knew what was going to happen. So, I mean, that's just how it is. I was, I stayed in my feelings for about 45 minutes and then I moved on because I've seen Bama win a lot of championships. I can't even wallow and stuff like that. I mean, I did not expect them to be in the in the playoffs this year. I did not expect them to beat Georgia. Imagine my surprise as I'm checking my phone. So when we were together, I wasn't thinking about that game like that. I was just like, well, I hope we don't get the brakes beat off. I had no idea that we were going to beat Georgia and that we were even after beating Georgia. I didn't know. I wasn't sure about us being selected. So, and I think Nick Saban had, very similar things to say about how proud he was of the team playing and everything. So, congrats to Michigan on that. Sorry, Ohio State fans. There was so many Ohio State fans. Oh, so sorry, y'all. Maybe next time, if there's a next time, we can help y'all out.
Ooh, if there's a next time. In terms of the Washington-Texas game, that was a good game. At the end, it felt like that Washington was starting to pull away. Texas defense isn't that good. But ultimately, they started to pull away. This is when it got crazy. They had the ball, and I want to say it was 40 seconds left or something like that. They're trying to run the ball so they can they're trying to run the clock out, right? It's not 40 seconds left. It's more than 40 seconds left. It's the clock stopped at 40 seconds. That's my fault. So what happened is that the running back who had been hurt this year, not sure why, the coach thought that it was a good idea for them to allow him to try to run the ball. He gets hurt on the third down play. So you know what that means? That injury timeout. Injury timeout. So the clock stops, Chels. The clock mind you, Texas has no more timeouts. I did the math. By the time they would have gotten the ball back, it would have been something under, I believe, either 20 or 25 seconds left. Okay. The man stops the clock at 40 seconds. Okay. And so, or 48 seconds. It was something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I said the offensive lineman couldn't just drag his ass off the fucking field. Like, or you couldn't just crawl to the sideline. Like, what the fuck? So you know that with an injury timeout, it's typically a 10-second runoff.
10-second runoff, yeah.
What many people don't know is that the opposing team who's not injured can decline the 10-second
decline it and make it a down. Yep.
And so they declined it, and so they get the ball back. And they are moving the ball, Chels. They are moving the ball down the field. They get inside the red zone. Okay? Now, this is where it got funny. Because I said, oh, fuck no. Did Steve Sarkisian get back on the bottle? Because the first play that he get into the red zone, this motherfucker throws a shallow, just a quick, like a quick pass that's like in a shallow pass, dog. Like, it was going to gain nothing. Okay? It's in the flat.
Almost like you're trying to test in the flats. Almost like you're trying to test out and see what they plan to do.
Hey, dog, you need to go north and south, not northeast and northwest. Okay? And on top of that, it's on the strong side of the field, Chels. So for the most part, all of the defense is literally on that side. They're not on the weak side. He didn't throw the pass on the weak side. He threw the pass on the strong side. I said, what the fuck is going on? This motherfucker done took a swig. I know he did at halftime.
I'm gonna slap you.
Took a swig, friend. What the fuck? So wasted a fucking play because you want to throw something in the flat on the strong side, you fucking idiot. Okay? And then you only got a couple plays left. So of course, they didn't get it. And look, it was a couple times it was close. The defender for Washington made an excellent play. Batted the ball perfectly out of the Texas Longhorns wide receiver's hands as he was catching the ball, I believe on 4th down. It looked like it was going to be a touchdown. He just batted his hands, didn't have no pass interference. Perfect. So It was so much drama in the little bit of the end of that game that I just could not believe that Washington was allowing Texas to potentially come and win this football game. But ultimately, all is well, and they did not win. So we have Washington, Michigan, national championship vibes on Monday. Who you got winning, friend?
I got Michigan winning, and I want Penix to win.
Say it again, who?
Huh?
You definitely mumbled that. Who?
Oh, I said I got Michigan winning.
Oh.
I don't want to. I want Penix. This is the Penix hive over here. Reeta been telling y'all all season. This is the Michael Penix hive. But that goddamn Michigan defense, baby,
is nasty. Nasty.
And Washington's defense, 'tis not.
Mid.
Reggie.
Might be a little Reggie. Might not even be mid. Might be some Reggie. So there's that. I also have Michigan winning. The one good thing that I'm going to, say, oh, that'd be great if Michigan wins is shout out to Blake Corum, who went to St. Francis Academy here in Baltimore, Maryland. So I will be happy for Blake because, I'm always rooting for the kids that went to St. Francis. He's not a Baltimore kid. He's from Virginia, but went to St. Francis. And, that's a big, well-known school in the nation, not even just here in Baltimore. So I'm also picking Michigan to win it all, which leads to the question, Chels. If Michigan wins the Natty, does Harbaugh get on the first thing smoking back to the NFL?
Absolutely. He has zero left to prove. He done beat Ohio State. He didn't win the national championship. He gonna come on back to the NFL. He probably has already got the he can choose wherever he wants to go in the NFL. Where do you want to go? Chargers, Panthers, who else? Anywhere. Somebody might get rid of their coach for him.
Yep.
So, I mean, and I think that this would be a good time for him to take his exit from Michigan because they still in a little water, in a little hot water. They got little things going on. And so he needs to pull a Pete Carroll and get up on out of there.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen whether he wins or loses. I think he's out of there. I think it's quick too. I think that like soon as this is over, we're going to be hearing him interviewing with teams, and he is moving on because, like you said, he got a lot of sanctions that's potentially going to come against him that he just ain't trying to be a part of. So I think Jim Harbaugh is out of there. All right, before we leave the college football topic, we just got to respond to what was done on College Game Day. We know you didn't miss it, but guess what? We think it's fucking hilarious, and we want to talk about it, and we want to play it again. So, Chels, play the video on College Game Day when my man Reese was trying to do his job, and Pat McCafee had to cut him off.
Jalen Milroe often wears his own branded apparel reading L.A.N.K across the front. It's an acronym that stands for Let A Naysayer Know. Being told by his former offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien.
That is not what I thought.
Is that not what you thought?
Boy, let a naysayer know.
Let a naysayer know.
Of course.
The professionals right in the
Look, why they start the rip?
That's all right. I just keep going.
You almost lost me.
The fact that he cut him off during his monologue.
During the monologue, yeah.
It got real tight up here as you were.
All right, y'all get the point. You can turn it off, Joe. We're gonna say that from now on. That is, hey, let a naysayer know what's going on, brother. What's up, naysayer? I love my naysayers. Where's my
that's a cultural shift right there, baby.
Oh, Lord. Even Pat McCafee was like, come on, man. What? I know that's not what the hell that meant. What? And shout out to, I guess, Alabama PR department for coming up with the other word for the end, because we know that's not what it meant. Okay? You had to come up with something. Y'all had to come up with something,
Hey, did you? Joey Galloway lost his mind.
and our guy Desmond Howard. They both was cracking up. Like, what? I know that. We know that ain't what the fuck that mean either. So, hey, man, that was still hilarious to this day. Fucking funny. You gotta let a naysayer know, Chels.
Let a naysayer know.
We gotta let all the naysayers know we're not playing with them in 2024. Period. You know what I'm saying? All right, real quick, because we've been talking for a long time. Real quick, I'm gonna make this short and simple. This is volcano time. I'm putting Pat McAfee in the volcano. Yes, I just laughed at him because that was funny, but I'm also holding Pat McAfee accountable for him allowing Aaron Rodgers to come on that fucking show and say ridiculous things week in and week out, and him laughing. He goes on the show after Aaron Rodgers said what he said about Jimmy Kimmel, because I think somebody made a call and said, oh, he just be messing around. He don't be serious. Hey, it don't work that way. Okay. Nope. People can't say things without merit and without consequence. So stop fucking enabling Aaron Rodgers. Stop it. I'm putting you in the fucking volcano. I think you're great. You're dope. What you do on College Game Day is awesome, but you need to be put in the fucking volcano because you will not put your fucking foot down when it comes to Aaron A. Rodgers. Enough.
I agree. And I will jump on you. I will also support you in putting him in the volcano for this week, because I think that was just ridiculous. I know that's your boy, but it's your boy, but you are acting like a fanboy. You need to check that dude. He is reckless. Nothing he is saying, and things he say are not verifiable. And you know it's got bad because when you got the phone call and when you had to make your little speech, they made you put a shirt on. And he ain't in there.
To look respectable.
I damn near didn't recognize him. If he wasn't standing up, because he's stand up the whole show. If he wasn't standing up, I wouldn't even known that was Pat McAfee. You have got to hold people accountable. And as soon as you said that, you should have cut him off and say, we ain't dropping that on here. You ain't about to get us in trouble. Because Aaron doesn't care about consequences because he's never had to face any. But
How about it? Come on.
You have to be the one that can do that. And also, you need to stop having him on your show live. You need to edit it. You need to make sure, because he's unpredictable. If you're not going to check him, you need to at least know what he's going to say. So sorry, Pat McAfee. Love you to death. Get in.
Yeah, get in there. Okay. Stop fucking allowing people to say fuck shit and you just laugh and think it's cute. It's not fucking cute. Okay. Enough. All right, Chels. Any final thoughts? This was our first Gridiron Gals podcast of the new year.
Oh, yeah, it's our first one of the new year, but we are at the end of the season, and we had some good times. I mean, we still got some stuff to do. We still got some weeks ahead, but the end of the regular season.
Massa gonna sell me tomorrow. I had to, Chels, because somebody just said that they just listened to that episode. And they tagged us on it, and
they tagged us
on
there.
Your days on here, man. That was wonderful.
It absolutely was. And Reeta and I were in the same room, and I was trying. I had nothing in my hand to throw. Shit, you sang the song 4-5 times, and then I had the nerve to get the song stuck in my head, and I said, "Here I am, stuck in my head."
Oh, don't you know no good, you? Oh, snap!
Yes, you
don't
did.
You know no good.
I just gotta finish my song, man. Just gotta finish my song.
That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to sing my song, man. Will you let me sing my song? I wanted to do for the podcast. Damn. You know? Jim Irsay had us out here saying Black Mother Dorothy was out here taking care of the song.
You was kind, you was smart. I can't believe
he's important.
He was dead.
Thank you all for riding with us. We love y'all so much. Enjoy these. If you got something to play for, if your team has something to play for, make sure you take your Xanax. If your team doesn't, it's a sucker-free Sunday for you. So enjoy the games either way, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
See y'all.